loud. Blood, sweat, pain, in the ring we rage. Fist find barbed wire steel cage.
Hey guys, and welcome to Devotion Championship Wrestling here on YouTube. I am your host, Vintage Michael Burke, doing solo duty once again. But that's okay. We have such a great episode here tonight, and I couldn't tell you how excited I am to be a part of this with you and for you. So I hope you guys are ready for another great episode of DCW here on YouTube. As we get ready to go in, we have some great matches coming up, including a tag match. But we're going to go ahead and start right now with a match between El Pirata de la Muerte and Josh Glade. As you can see, both these gentlemen have great respect for each other. El Pirata, Pablo, he goes right in for a handshake. And, of course, Glade will take that handshake because he doesn't know any better. All right, here we go. We got a friendly competition going on here.
Are you ready, kids?
I feel like we're about to get sued.
I can't hear you.
The Bob of Sponge might be calling us later. We'll see what happens. All right, so as we go on here, these two have faced each other many times. So they know each other pretty well. Let's see, a lock up to a headlock here. And Glade's got a nice strong headlock, but Pablo's able to push him back. We'll have to shoot him off. Oh, and off comes his wig. Doing a little Jack Sparrow impression, did not work out for him. Oh, that didn't work out for him either with a shoulder tackle. Glade's such a big dude. Oh. Glade's deciding to do a Jack Sparrow impression of his own. Oh, goes for a hip toss. Too big to hip him toss him. And he recognizes it. Oh, but then Glade go ahead and hip tosses him instead. Big clothesline. Another big clothesline right here. One of the meanest clotheslines in the business. Picks him up. Goes for a big power slam, body slam, and of course goes for the pin right here. Only the 2 counts. Pirata's got to do something different, man. He's got to use his speed up against Glade's power. Glade shoots him off into the corner. Calling for a big splash. Ooh, eats a boot instead. While Pirata's getting the crowd up to him. Get a shot to the gut. Goes up top, trying to use his speed. Sunset flip from the second rope. Glade's just too big to take down yet, though. And goes it down. Ooh, misses on that leg drop. Pirata uses that speed once again. Comes off, crossbody. Just got to keep on him, though. You can't stop with Glade. Once you get him down, you have to keep him down. Goes down. Nice splash. Senton. Crowd's loving this so far. Oh, Pirata's got back to his hair. Not that he needs it. I'm not jealous at all. Puts it back on, and here we go again. Oh, he takes it right back off. Comes off. Splash of his own, but Glade catches him. Again, Glade, you have to keep it on him. Ooh, belly to belly over top. Glade's just too big and too strong. Once he's down, you have to keep him down. If you can get back up, you're in trouble, just like Pirata is. Slides through the legs, using that speed again. Nice little drop kick. Rocks him, but not knocks him on his feet. Rocks him again, but he's still on his feet. Goes for a clothesline. Another cross body, but this time Glade catches him. Picks him up. Goes for a power slam. Nope, into the corner. Schoolboy. And only a 2 counts. Oh, no, he gets the 3. I'm sorry. He got the 3 count on that. I thought he kicked out. And your winner, Pirata de la Muerte. Surprised everybody. Still one as the Pirate does. Coming up later, that tag match I mentioned between Dan the Man and Outlaw versus Dr. Tox and Johnathan Monroe. But right now, we have another singles match here. The Slasher Slade against Chuck Yeager. Chuck Yeager, who's been on here before. We are here with him again. This should be a good match for him. And, of course, we all know the Slasher Slade. Happily, looks like Yeager has no fear against Slade. Gives him a quick shot, maybe a little bit of fear. Another shot to the face. Just eats it and then keeps coming, as Slade does. I don't think Yeager was ready for this. And it looks like the bell wasn't ready either. Choke line. Another choke line. Signature right there. Good old Slade going up for a body slam. Puts him back down. Goes to that pin. Special guest ref Andrew here. There's only a 2 count on that. Chuck Yeager kicking out. A few of our more vocal fans, not a fan of Slade. A little scared of Slade in the dark, I'm guessing, as everyone should be. Yeager shoots off in the corner, comes in for a splash. Post out to the outside. Oh, but Yeager lands on his feet and gets a kick to the head on Slade. And then clothesline Slade. Yeager comes in and leg drops Slade on the way in. Nice little moveset right there. Goes for a pin. Kind of a weak pin against somebody like Slade. I'm not surprised he got only 1 count. He's got to keep on him, Yeager. You can't stop. Once you get Slade down, you have to keep on him. He's got that slasher style of keeping coming. If you put him down, you got to keep him down. Goes to that splash you missed earlier. Got him on that one. Grabs him by the hair. Ref Andrew's allowing it. Kick to the gut right there. Picking him up for some kind of pump handle throw. There's a better pin. And there you go. 2 count right there. Yeager's got to get up on this. Sounds like a few of the fans are getting behind Yeager here. And others on Slade. Yeager is getting going over and yelling at the ref, Andrew. But Andrew's clean on that count. And Yeager's just taking too long with this. Oh, he gave Slade too much time. Slade's coming up behind him. Yeager doesn't know. He knows now. Grabs him up for the choke slam. Picks him up. And puts him down hard. Goes to that pin. And that is it. 1, 2, 3. And that was the end of Chuck Yeager. Count that as one more victim for Slade. And welcome back to the Motion Championship Wrestling here on YouTube.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, in this tag team match, if Outlaw and Dan win, this will result in a triple threat match between Outlaw, Dan, and Monroe, March 8th for the Utah State Television Championship. If Dr. Talks and Monroe win, it will be a one-on-one match for the Utah State TV Championship, March 8th. Now let's hear it!
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. If Dan and Outlaw Rusty Livings win this match, they will have a triple threat match at the next live taping that we have, which is March 8th. As you know, we tape these in advance. So when you watch this may not be the same time. But if Tox and Monroe win, it will be a one-on-one match between Monroe and Tox for the Utah State Television Championship. Now, this is the first time that both sets of these teams have tagged together. I previously tagged with Monroe. He is a decent enough tag partner. And out of all of these, I believe Monroe will have the biggest advantage here as a former tag person, of course, with myself. All right, we start off with Monroe and Outlaw. Bell rings right there. They go to lock up here, and Monroe misses the lock up. Rusty gets out from underneath him, pushes him off. Looks like they're gonna try and knuckle up here. Test the strength, maybe. See, Monroe reaches up high. Rusty catches him. Oh! Goes to the chop instead. Ooh, chops him back. Pushes him off and flips him. Comes up. A belly to belly right there. He doesn't get a full belly to belly in though. Goes to the tag real quick. That's how you should always do it. Quick in and out tags. Shoots off into the corner. Tox does for Rusty. Tox runs over. Big clothesline. Using some of that science right there that Tox does and loves so much. Tox goes for the blockbuster. He's going to call it the beaker buster. Goes for a quick pin. Only gets a 1 count. He might have had a chance to get all 3 if he would have been on it instead of yelling science. Nice little club to the back right there, putting Rusty back down. And back to his own corner right there. Tags back in Monroe. Again, as you should do. Keep in and out tags. Make sure you have the freshest guy. Puts Rusty on the ropes here. Monroe trying to get the fans behind him for some reason. Ooh! And just taking too long. Dan giving a little assistance to Rusty there. Rusty gets out, rolls in, comes over, and grabs him for a DDT. Looks like Monroe tried to pull off a little bit, so it didn't get as much effect. And that's why you only get the 2 count on that. If Rusty got the whole thing, he might have a chance to go 3. Goes for a big leg drop right there. All right, Rusty can now finally be able to tag in Dan. Pulls Rusty over, or excuse me, Monroe over. All right, Rusty and Dan working together all right so far. Shot to the gut Dan gives. Dan goes for a suplex. Ooh, now, Monroe is very close to tagging. There's a pin right there. Only a 2 count for Dan. Dan grabbing Monroe right there. Get ready to shoot him off. Real quick, keeping away from there. Picks him up. Ooh, a big sidewalk slam. Ooh, I thought that might have been it right there. That was only a 2 count. Monroe trying to get that tag. Doing everything he can. But Dan will not let him. Dan grabs him by what is not his hair. Ooh, club to the back. Every time Monroe tries to get up and does something, Dan just cuts him back down. Crowd getting behind Monroe. Dan taking Monroe over to his corner. And now they're doing the smart thing, tagging in and out. The shot right there from Dan, right to the head. Ref Jeremy giving him a little bit of ease. Monroe trying to work out. Oh, but Dan's down, and a little poetry in motion right there with Rusty. These two are barely not working as well together as I once thought. Goes that quick pin. Again, they would have been on the ball, working as a team together. They might have had that. Oh, Monroe going for that pin. Oh, Rusty doing the smart thing, getting in the way of Tox. Tox trying to get in. Ref Jeremy will not allow him, and now he's causing Monroe to get a double team because Tox will not get out. Rusty trying to egg him on, trying to keep him in. And as that's happening, he's getting choked. Monroe is getting choked by Dan. Rusty picking him up, getting in the corner. Shot to the gut. Another shot to the gut. There we go, tag. A shot to the face right there. Dan, shot right there. Picks him up and drops him on the point of the knee on his lower back. You can slip a disc like that. You can cause Monroe to be paralyzed from the waist down. Oh, now you're doing the good old squishing melon. Dan using all that upper body strength to see if he can squish Monroe. Maybe he can push Monroe's head out enough to chia pet the rest of that mustache out of his face. Ooh, club to the back. All right, looks like they're finally working as a team once again. Tagging out. Ooh. Dan holding the arm up and Rusty kicking right underneath it. Some of your softest ribs are right underneath your armpit. You can break a rib super easy, and now you got a double suplex right there. These two working as a pretty good team together. If they can keep on it. I think the only thing that's causing these two to not be a great tag team is the ego they each have. Ooh. Right there again, working on the chest. Rusty, big shot. I think Monroe might be out now. And why not go for the pin right there, Rusty? Monroe was out. A shot to the gut. Into his own corner. Another tag out. Going for a double hip toss. But now throwing him close to his own corner. You've got to watch out. Monroe could try and tag. Dan doing the right thing, keeping away from that. Little short splash. And only a 2 count. Dan not agreeing with the count by Ref Jeremy. Monroe still in this. Now Dan just working on the hand. Monroe trying to find something to grasp onto to get out of this lock. Ooh, right there on the hand again. Not really the smartest play. They start working on the rib. They should continue to working on the rib until he can't breathe, can't get up. Switching body parts in the middle of a match is always a silly play. A little quick shot to the head right there from Rusty while the ref's back was turned. Ooh, big shot to the face. And again, only a 2 count. If I was in there right now, I would continue to work on the ribs. If you can't breathe, you can't get up, you can't kick out. But these two are not working smart. They wanted to damage more of Monroe for some reason than doing the smart thing. Oh, and Monroe gets out. There's a meeting in the minds really quick. Monroe's got to get this tag while he has a chance. Rusty's on him though. Oh, Monroe picks him up. Walks him around for a big spin. Dan running in to help. Oh, and he gets knocked down. Dan trying to help again and again knocked down. Oh, but now both men are dizzy. Monroe far from his corner. He needs to. Oh, Rusty bumping into Dan head first. Monroe is far from his corner. He needs to get a tag. He's reaching out for the wrong corner. He needs to reach behind him. Tox is hollering for him. He's yelling. He's pleading for that tag. Rusty trying to stop it. But Rusty right there. Nice shot to the back. Elbow right to the back of the head again. Rusty back into his own corner. I would have to say Monroe had the opportunity, but went for the airplane spin. Ooh, boot to the face off that splash. Oh, Rusty doing the smart thing and knowing he can't get away. Grabs the ref so the ref does not see the tag. Dan coming in, takes the line. Shot right back out. Tox grabbing Rusty. Ooh, shot to the face. The ref is admonishing. Ooh, big boot. The ref is admonishing Tox. saying that he didn't get a pin. Oh, what's this? Lab assistant Sakar getting involved, and Dan picking him up and choking him. Dan now has this poor 12-year-old child. Oh no. Oh no, he's got another sidewalk slam position. What's Dan gonna do? This is the lab assistant to Dr. Tox, and Lab, oh my God! Dan just dropped that poor child. What depravity this man has. And Tox is not having it. He wants a piece, but Ref Jeremy is holding him back. Ref Jeremy did not see a tag once again. Now Monroe is back in the ring, and Dan gives him a shot, and ooh, that might have knocked him loopy. A little club to the back to keep Monroe down. Dan goes for a quick pin, knowing he had them knocked out. Oh, but Dan took too long. Monroe trying to get something going, but he just can't. Every time he does, these two just keep him down. And again, into their own corner in a tag. These two are working great together right now. Shoots it off, shoots him back in there for a splash. Oh, but he misses him. Rusty moves out, Monroe moves out away from Rusty thing, and there's finally the tag for Dr. Tox. Dr. Tox with a big clothesline for Rusty, and then one for Dan, and up, and drop for Rusty. Oh, ducks the line, and up, and a drop for Dan. Pushes Dan out the ring, grabs Rusty for a Russian leg sweep, and drops him down. And here we go, gentlemen and ladies. I think this is the moment where Dr. Tox grabs the beaker, calls for it, and science! Drops that atomic elbow. Goes to the pin. Oh, but he kicks out! He kicked out of the atomic elbow. That is unbelievable. I don't know of anyone kicking out of that elbow so far. Monroe got tagged in. Tox and Rusty working a little bit together. Both picking him up for a... Oh, trying to go for a double spine buster. Rusty gets out of it by a couple of good slaps to the head. And a couple shots right there. Rusty shoots one in the one corner. Goes for a big leg lariat into a bulldog. Doesn't get all of it though. Tox going out after Dan. Still upset with Dan for attacking his lab assistant Sakar. Rusty trying to grab Monroe, and gets Monroe in the low blows him. Goes for that pin. It's got him in the pin, but the ref doesn't see it. Oh wait, there you go. Ref doesn't see it, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners, Outlaw Rusty Living and Dan the Man.
That's right. Rusty Livins and Dan the Man move on to a triple threat at their next live event, going up against Johnathan Monroe. But until then, guys, like and subscribe, share this, and I'll see you guys next time.